Hello, this is a marching band visuals instructional video. We're going to go over some of the very basic visual moves that we use to make our marching look sharp and interesting. We're going to start with the position that we call set. This could also be called horns down. In set, we're standing up nice and straight with our shoulders down, not hunched up. Feet are together, facing forward of course, and our instrument is in the ready position. Now, for each instrument that's going to look a little bit different. I just happen to have a trumpet handy. So this is our set. Horns up is very simply having your instrument in playing position. Horns up and horns down, or set, horns up and horns down. From the horns up position, we sometimes raise the instrument higher than what we call level. Level is with the instrument the way we would hold it indoors, kind of straight ahead, okay, or for our clarinets, just the normal way we would hold it when we're playing. Press box means we're going to raise our instruments about, I'd say about 35 to 40 degrees, so that instead of facing directly to our audience, their instruments are facing toward the press box, which is a little higher up. That's the box in the stadium where the announcers watch the game and make their announcements. So we have level, press box, level, and press box. Sometimes we abbreviate press box PB. You probably saw in your marching band planner a reference to marking time. And I had said that if you don't know how to mark time, then to definitely use foot tapping when you're practicing your instrument, and that will be helpful also. If you'd like to try the marking time, this is the way it works. We come from our set position, move our weight forward just a little bit so that the weight is on the front of our feet, and then we will alternate tapping our heels to the ground. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. When I say left, my left heel is touching the ground. When I say right, my right heel is touching the ground. We don't do a lot of marking time in place, but when we're practicing our music, we will use the marking time as a substitute for marching when we don't have the room we need to actually move around and do our drill. So, in your music, where it says move, you want to be marking time while you play. The left foot will touch the ground on counts 1 and 3, and the right foot, I should say the left heel, and the right heel will touch the ground on counts 2 and 4, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In your music, where it says hold, that means that we'll be standing still on the field at that moment. So when you're practicing your music, do not mark time there. Actually just stay in the set position, but of course in playing position because you're probably playing at that moment. All right. So that is the difference between marking time to simulate marching and not marking time to simulate what we call a hold in the drill, where we're not moving while we play. There are 3 lower body moves that we use in order to keep the visual part of our program interesting. Sometimes, instead of keeping the feet together, which is our normal way of either holding and playing, or marking time and playing, or even marching and playing, feet together, sometimes we'll choose to stand or hold in what we call the spread position. To get to spread, my left foot moves away from my right foot until it's about shoulder length apart, like this. Spread. When we're in spread, toes should still be facing front, not to the outside, just feet parallel facing front. Okay, so this is spread, together. Spread, together. We can only use this move when we're standing still, when we're holding. We won't ever march with our feet apart like this. Only when we're standing still. Another move we can use while we're standing still is a lunge. For the lunge, if I'm going to lunge left, this is my left, it doesn't look like it from the video, but this is my left. For the left lunge, we'll keep our right foot exactly where it is, and we will take our left foot and simply move it out to the side and put our weight over that foot that's out to the side. Right? The weight moves over the knee that's bent and then back to center. A right lunge, same thing, other side. Right lunge and back to the center. We can lunge while we have horns down, or we can lunge while we're playing. Left lunge, right lunge, and just continue to do what you do. And another lower body move that we can use when we are standing still, not when we're moving, only standing still, is the pivot. Now, the pivot, unlike the lunge, requires us to be in spread position before we go to the pivot. We can't go to pivot from our regular set. We have to be spread, and then what we'll do is we will rotate our body, rotate the bottom half of our body by pivoting on our toes. This is a left pivot because my bottom half of my body is moving to my left. All right? Again, we could do this while we're not playing, or we could do this while we are playing. Most likely we'll do it while we're playing. All right? Now, by necessity, it's going to lower your head a little bit because you have both legs bent. That's fine. And then to come back to center, we'll rotate back on our toes so that we're back to the normal spread position. A right lunge, same thing, rotate on the balls of my feet toward my toes, keeping the top half of my body facing straight ahead. That's important. We're not trying to turn this way and turn back. Okay, we're not trying to turn this way and turn back. We want to keep the upper half of our body facing front so that the sound from our instruments continues to go forward. So here we go once again. Let's take a look. We're playing. We come to a left pivot, pivot, and it usually goes very quickly. Back to center, right pivot, again on the balls of my feet near my toes, pivot, with the top half of my body continuing to face front, and back to center. Again, we have to do this from a spread position. If our feet are together and we try to do a pivot, it doesn't do a whole lot. Our feet are just going to run into each other. Okay? One last time. Left pivot. Body continues to face front. Center. Right pivot. And center. With all of these moves, they may not look like much when you do it by yourself, but when we have 100 people doing the move together, it looks fantastic. Thank you for watching this instructional video. When you're practicing your music to prepare for your marching band show, the earlier you can get the visual moves in, the easier it will be to learn them. Learning the visuals along with the music is a great way to memorize because you associate the music with the visuals rather than learning the music and then trying to kind of relearn the music with all the visuals put in. So what you want to do is you want to get those visuals marked into your music and start incorporating them as soon as possible.